I came to this world in 1964.
100 years later.
100 years later. That's right.
Well, did they hand you an axe?
No, sir. Nor any land. Nothing at all.
But
Nothing
anyway,
at all.
his brother came and bought lower land, and he got it for either $10 or $20.
Wow.
But he had to dig ditches to
Right.
drain
So
the land.
different quality land.
That's right.
Yeah, makes sense.
And the hill here was worth more
Got it.
than the flats. 'cause
Right.
It was drier.
Do you know any history about the population of Minising at that time and how the growth actually occurred?
Well, I can tell you one thing: more people lived in a house than they do today.
Right.
A lot of families where there'd be 6, 8, 10 kids.
Really?
Yeah. Oh,
Oh my. Yeah, my mom comes from a group of 10 siblings, and I just can't even imagine
No.
that. Can't even imagine it.
but often the one or two or three would die for one reason or another. They
As youngsters, you
as youngsters.
Yeah. So in terms of, talking about the growth of Minising, you'd indicated that there was a lone settler way back when,
Back in 1840,
1840.
but by 1865, 15 years later,
Right.
the farm started to be taken up.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So it was during that 15-year period where they actually cleared all of the trees, and then
They start with 10 acres.
10 acres.
Yeah. Well, you wouldn't hit into it all. You
Right.
just hit one corner.
Right. And progressively keep doing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the first thing you were supposed to do is cut 66 feet
Right.
in front of your property.
Right. So they had it staged as to how this
That's
process
right.
was to go. Got
Yeah.
it. So after that 15-year period, what ended up happening? More people obviously came to Minising, like a fair number, or was it just incremental growth?
Yeah, well, they choose an area and develop that, and then choose another area.
Got it. Makes sense. And Alan, you were saying that the trees were rather big. They weren't little twigs.
Well, they weren't twigs at all.
Right.
It was, a natural forest.
Right. Wow. It blows my mind because nowadays, you see big bulldozers coming in and they tear things down and rip logs out of the ground with a machine and then strip off all the branches and the leaves and everything. Done in no time, but back in that day. So when they came here, why did his name get associated with the street, with George Johnston Road?
My dad was a provincial member here for 17 years.
Right.
And he won 7 elections. And they had what they call development roads that were in poor shape, but they could see in the future there'd be a lot of traffic on it.
Okay.
So he got them to make this road a development road. Now the township did the work, but they got paid for it by the province.
Oh, I see.
For
Okay.
the work they did.
Right.
And it was that road was in bad shape when they first did it in the Minising Flats. And there was one hill, and the township met with my dad on the top of the hill, and one councillor said to the other, he said, "I don't think Johnston will ever see a car come up this hill. It was so steep." And the other fellow agreed with him.
Right.
But my dad wasn't foolish, and he no doubt had engineers and surveys and had them.
He knew already.
He knew already that it was possible to do.
Good
And
plan.
that's how come he got the name.
Simply
of the
because he
road.
made it happen.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Rightfully so.
He tried to put it down George Johnston Highway, but they said they couldn't do that.
Right. Road is good enough.
Road, yeah. Road was good.
Oh, Lord. So, Donna, yourself, you grew up in the area as well, yes?
Yes, on the ninth concession,
Right.
a mile away,
Mile away.
2 miles, I
Yeah.
would say.
So, Ninth is...
Vesper Valley Road.
Vesper Valley Road, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know it as the Ninth. I know it as
Yeah.
Vesper Valley, yeah.
Yeah.
And is your family, was it there for some time? Did you guys live there for many, many years, or was it a brief spell? Or?
My grandparents lived there.
Oh, really? Eh?
Yeah. The trees at the entrance into the community center, Alan's dad planted those, and apparently they're gone now.
Really?
Yeah.
They were red
They're
oak.
doing something and putting in the sidewalk or something over there.
Oh.
And some pipes for
Yeah, I saw them
guess.
doing
Yeah.
some work down on Ronald Road on the other
Yeah.
side. Wow, that's a shame.
So,
That's a
He
shame.
and a fellow named Irvin Knapp, went to the bush and dug them up and brought them up. And that's when the school was first. That was the school at one time,
Right.
the community center.
So when was that built?
1894 or 5.
Really?
Yes.
So when did things start building, like community centers and churches? Because I know you showed me in a book that there were like 5 churches at one time, all standing in Minnesing. Isn't that
That's right.
Yeah. That seems like an enormous amount of churches in the small area.
Well, they're very religious people.
now we have one.
Now we have one.
Trouble
That's right.
keeping it going.
Really, eh?
Yeah.
Things have certainly changed over the years. I think you told me about the fire hall, which is now a little
Yeah.
commercial building there. How long was that fire hall intact?
I was in council. I guess I was the one responsible.
Before putting it there?
Cost $13,000 to put it there.
Wow.
And the township, when they sold it for $75,000,
Big money.
I made township money.
I love it. And so we have also the new school. When was that erected?
I would say in the late 1950s. the
Gotcha.
Late 50s.
Right on. And still going strong today.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they've done a great job with some of the park area and the baseball diamonds and
Yeah.
soccer pitches and all that kind of stuff. When we moved here, it was a treat to be able to go to some of these parks and areas, you know, because obviously we only knew Ronald Road and had no concept about the rest. And then we
No.
started venturing out and, oh, look at this and look at that. And of course, the OPP station, you got to behave yourself, Alan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just down the way there. They got your number, I think.
That farm belonged to my grandmother.
Was that right, eh?
My dad's dad died when he was 12, and he was the middle boy,
Right.
middle child, and there were 2 older and 2 younger.
Right.
And the mother had the house built, and later had the barn built.
That's something.
She did pretty well for a woman.
Yeah. Yeah. Back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, no question. So I'd like to know a little bit about your home, because if I remember right, you said it's 90. No, you've been here 90 years, right?
92 years.
92. Yeah, tell us a little bit about that.